There we go. All right. Our mic should still be muted. What's going on? All right, so we are live, rocking our 80th Avengers shirt there. Good old Marvel from back in the day, throwback. We have some crazy crap to show y'all. Gave you a little bit of preview. Glad to be with y'all tonight. Excited to show you what we've got. I'm going to check my sound real quick. Make sure we're doing okay. We don't interfere. So I can hear what I'm saying. This mic is even worse, so we're going to pop that up. Just checking our gain. We actually turned off our AC for tonight, so we can turn the gain up a little bit. We are working on our setup big time, y'all. We're trying to get this thing maxed out. Absolute potential of what we can do out here until we get the Deltov set up and the hot toys inside and lit. And then we'll kind of transition this thing to inside once the kids go to bed. Work out better for YouTube since we got to watch what we say. But, so we are live tonight. We're in Streamlabs, so I could do a few more things. Awesome. I was going to do an unbox video for these, but it's just so much stuff I really don't want to. I had to bring them out in trash bags because it's raining here. Before we get into the big boys, let me show you a few things we did get a hold of. We got a hold of 3 of the Walmart exclusive Child's Play 3 Chuckies. I've got 3 of them, and all of them are great boxes. And when they're gone, they're gone. I have not put them on eBay yet because if I put them on eBay, they'll be sold in about 30 minutes. We got a few of those today. We also got... Where did I sit it? Under him. All right. We also got 3 cases of the new to me Batman pop that has been around for a little while. But when I started with Entertainment Earth, I did not realize how slow they were to ship. But we got the blue and silvery metallic Batman. Looks awesome. I know this is the George Clooney Batman, so a lot of people are hating on it. But I still think it looks great. We're going to pop him out of box. Show you what you got. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good since the live with Luau last night. I know we've hit 1, if not 2 of his goals already. And if y'all get to 200, not only is get me to 200 on YouTube, not only is he going to do something special, but I'm going to do something special too. So when we talk about the color variation and the breakup on this guy, absolute excellence in how they did it. The detail in him is spectacular. The way his cape flows looks great. You've even got a little bit of detail in the back of his cape back there. Not quite, because the Batman covers the nips. Unless you're talking about Travis's nips, and we can't bring him into here. And I don't think I'm going to let that play on YouTube anyways. If you're some of my Instagram peeps, please go on Instagram, let them know we're live. We have enough people that technically I could do our 100 follower giveaway that was set for YouTube. Last I looked, we were at 149, which is crazy impressive to think that I was at 50 last week. And And I'm going to do a push to get to 1,000 that I think is going to motivate absolutely everybody. They weren't lady nips, so y'all don't have to be too sad. Unless you consider Travis a lady, he is kind of a girly girl kind of man. But to get to what y'all all came to see, not that. That's not it. First off, to give you a little prelude of what's coming, one of our packages came directly from none other than Dr. Applesauce himself. We got a goodie bag of stickers in his custom packaging to double box for me. And a pop that we will open for the first time on this channel. There's his paper thing that he tapes to the outside. You can't see the batarangs in his ears, but that's, oh dude, he sent magnets. How awesome is that? I've got magnets. They're going on my desk at work. All over my desk at work. Spamming my desk at work. I got a note from him that says, enjoy, keep working hard, being a helpful part of the community. One magnet for you, one for Joey, one for Will. And one for you and 1 to 3 for Joey, Will. Okay, so obviously I've got to send some to Will at some point in time. I got a bunch of stickers, 2 magnets, some stickers. I got to ship Joey something soon anyways, and it looks like a decal. That's cool. I wonder if that'll go on my car. If not, I got a great place that it will go here shortly. Dr. Applesauce, good job. Cool dude, man. Hooked it up. If someone could go tag him and let him know we're live, I would appreciate it. We're going to open what I got from him first. Y'all know he keeps mentioning this big grail. I don't want to spoil his surprise, but let's just say it might have something to do with Heath Ledger. And if you know Dr. Applesauce, I think you already know what it is. Its model number might even be DX11. So, without further ado, we're going to go into the trash bags because it was raining. I did not want to get boxes wet. I left my shippers inside. But the only hot toy I've ever seen packaged this way is Stan Lee. And I mean, this is a massive box. If I put a tape measure on it, it's at least 18 by 20. I mean, ridiculously huge the way this guy comes. And awesome artwork. Sadly, Stan is no longer with us, but they just went above and beyond for the 1/6 scale collectible figure of Stan Lee in his spacesuit from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So we will open this bad boy tonight. He will go back in his packaging until my Deltovs are set up. And I will show you 2 other figures that we got from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 today also. So it's going to be a very Guardians heavy day. But that's okay. Sadly, no Gamora yet. But we're working on that. And we do have her Infinity War pre-ordered through Sideshow, so she will come at some point. We're going to leave the rocks in there for now, just because I'm not going to pose this guy. When Will, aka Dr. Applesauce, told me this thing was brand new, unopened box, I did not realize that he meant absolutely uncut seals. But if I saw it right earlier, and we're going to see it again, we're sealed there. And we're sealed there, which means sealed and sealed, which means nobody has been into this box. Same Stan Lee as the one on the side. I don't have a Stan Lee on the safe. Yeah, that's Yondu. So we are mostly complete with the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 set. We got our Sparkle Sparkle. Oh, that just feels so satisfying. This is the very first hot toy I have ever opened. Brand new, never touched. Never seen outside of its plastic barrier. So we are going to, without further ado, pull this bad boy out of the box. We're going to angle our camera down a little bit. If I can get it to stay. All right, we're still getting used to that webcam. I will tell you the Logitech C299, I think it is Pro. Awesome little webcam. Yeah, Yondu is one of my favorites. He's actually the second hot toy I got. John Wick was number 1. Then I got Yondu. And then I got Neon Iron Man. The same day I got Yondu, I also got Captain America and Iron Man Mark 7 non-diecast. I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. I love the packaging of a hot toy, how much thought they put into it. So as you can see, I mean, they just package everything double and triple packaged. And to show you once again how new this bad guy is, we are going to pop the plastic off of him. It's the first time his cover has been taken off since he was sealed at the factory. Probably somewhere in China, since most of their artists are from... yeah, Yondu was awesome. He is still awesome. And I've had people ask to buy Yondu, and I have said no thank you. I think Yondu to this date is the most expensive hot toy I've purchased. Alright, so as you can see, he's got the plastic on the head. We're going to pull it off. He's got the inner liner of his spacesuit. He's got this big ass pack on his back. And for some reason they made it where his little things right here are removable. I want to say you can unclip them. It looks like he's got 4 clips. So yes, he can come out of his backpack. It does not look like any of his other stuff comes off, but we pull paper off. Or plastic, whatever it is. We got to get the ones off his boots. And this is nothing compared to how much plastic Rey had on her. Rey and BB-8 will come in a minute. By far the sexiest Star Wars character to ever use a lightsaber. Probably the sexiest Star Wars hot toy made to date. Just something about a woman that can whoop my ass, if you know what I mean. So, there's Stan. Trying to do this in a way. There we go. I mean, just the likeness of Stan Lee is just unbelievable what they can do in a 1/6 scale. Because 1/6 might not seem like that small, but it is an absolutely tiny, tiny head when it comes to the amount of detail they put in it. Of course, you always get different sets of hands with gloves on them, and they actually feel leathery, even though I know they're not. That one's flexible. These are kind of more bent, and then these are closed even more. With this one, it's just kind of the hands you want to use. These are more of his relaxed hands, and then we've got to put his bubble dome on him, which that is not the easiest thing to do from the videos I've watched. Let's see if I can make him stand right there. Yeah, look at that. Watching Chris and Heather put this guy together, the reason I'm not posing him on the rock live on camera is because they had so much trouble getting it done. A lot of complaints that his helmet was 2 pieces. Putting that seam in it just made it seem cheap. I kind of agree with that. He's got his little sunglasses here. And he's actually got cuts in his hair. Now they say once you get his glasses on him, it's very hard to keep them on. So far, I have not found that to be the case, but we have also not tried to install his helmet with his glasses on. This is going to be interesting. We might actually have to put the dome together. This is probably the first hot toy I've ever manipulated without reading the instructions first. On the gantry, you'll never figure it out if you don't read the instructions. And I was lucky. I bought it secondhand, so all the wires and stuff were already installed. All right, come on, Bubba. Let's do this. First time. Oh, come on. And we have Stanley, Spaceman, in the spacesuit. Of course, I will pose his head better, straighten his glasses, do all that fun stuff that we want to do. But to show you how easy and creative Hot Toys are, the 3 leads hooking him up are magnetic, and then you've got your snaps back here. Not a real easy way to get that on camera till we get them unhooked, but with 2 snap, let's get this bottom one out. It's got a little more play because it's on a belt. Just like that, you've got him free of his backpack. And Hot Toys was even smart enough to put magnets in his back. Where's the magnet for this one? To hold his wires so it didn't look weird. So if you need a more streamlined hookup, you can set them up that way too. Gives you some flexibility. It directly says in the directions, do not remove. But if you pop the head off, you can see the zipper down his back. We're not going to try to take him out of his puffy clothes. But it is awesome the amount of detail they put into this, all the way down to his space boots. All in all, I'm very impressed with Mr. Stan Lee. Sad that he's gone. Was great to see his cameos in the films. In fact, the fact that he was willing to get on camera and do the stupid stuff, I absolutely loved. And he made some great pops because of it. Yeah, you see all kinds of crazy prices for things on eBay. You can find a lot better prices on some of the buy-sell trade groups for 1/6 scale on Facebook than you will on eBay. But every once in a while, if you know what figure you're looking for instead of just randomly searching, you can find good deals on eBay. But remember, they're going to stick you with taxes. If you're a seller, you're getting fees. But typically, there's a cap on fees depending on what your store level is at. So even if you sell an $800 toy, you might cap at $250 worth of final sale value they can assess in fees. So, no, there's a lot more strength than you'd think in Hot Toys. Because if you pop a joint out, you can literally pop it back in. I showed y'all the other day when I took Groot's spacesuit off of him to show you the details in the branches underneath him, how well sculpted these things are. These things are just that tough. Now, I'm not saying you can go past the limits of what it tells you to do, but I mean, you're kind of putting these in a different box because most people display these in a Deltoff or custom cabinets that are behind glass and they air seal them and do all kinds of things like that. So once they're in there, they're just in a see-through box. And if that's not your thing, well, then that's not your thing. But I couldn't imagine not taking a Hot Toy out of box and enjoying it for the beauty and design creation that it was made in and the ability to enjoy posing it. And if you ever get tired of the way it's posed, you can always repose it again. You get another figure that was in a certain scene in a movie, you can recreate that scene. Just a brilliant idea that they did to take collectibles to a crazy level. And damn, did they take it to a crazy level. All right, we're going to take his globe back off and put it back in here. We're going to take his sunglasses back off. I had a pre-order for the Marvel Stan. I'm guessing you're talking about pre-order as far as a pop is concerned and not a hot toy, because if you're saying that on a hot toy, he is available for sale now on Sideshow's website last I checked. I could be wrong, but I think he is. Like I said, we're putting all these back in the box until my Deltovs get here. They get here Wednesday. I hope this weekend I will be able to do a full collection video for y'all. Pops included. Mainly pops, because that's most of what I have. I would love to say I have 800 hot toys on site, but that's just not the case. I do have 800 pops on site though, between what's my retail inventory, what's my collection that hasn't made it out of the shop, and what is my personal collection that can be retail inventory if it needs to be. I'm one of those collectors that resells not as a day job. Oh, the Marvel Legends one. Okay. Yeah, those are a whole lot more affordable than Hot Toys. Hot Toys are definitely up there. There's more expensive, but Hot Toys are definitely up there. But if you wanted to say own your own Hot Toy, you could say go buy the quarter scale Nano Gauntlet or Infinity Gauntlets from Sideshow. Have you a Hot Toys movie masterpiece, quarter scale, collectible, and be like 140, 150 in it by the time it's shipped. I mean, which seems expensive, but for the amount of detail you'll get in that quarter scale replica, it is extremely affordable in my opinion. Now, 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said these are overpriced, crazy, and you'd be crazy to waste your money buying these. But Stan Lee was the one I was not going to go after. But like I said, Dr. Apostolus contacted me, asked me if I'd be willing to adopt him to a new home. Still a newborn, never out of mama's womb. And I said, sure, why not? He gave me a good price. Better than I could buy it on Sideshow for before tax and shipping. So, hopefully in the future, Will and I will get to do some collaborations together. Right now, his schedule's crazy busy. My schedule's crazy busy. We just got lucky that I could come on with Luau last night. And he's a good dude. And wait till you see his box tomorrow. And I'll reiterate one more time, like I said last night, if you think I stacked his box because he's a YouTuber, order a box for me and see what yours looks like. I try to stack everybody's. Some people get luckier than others based on the inventory I have and what I paid for it. And when you tell me you're specifically looking for something, if the only way I have it is in my collection and the only way I can facilitate your wants in a mystery box is to pull it out of my collection, well, I pulled a many of things out of my collection. Part of what is in Luau's box came straight out of my personal collection. At one time to be considered part of my grails, just not so much anymore. I'm sorry, I know it's going to create some background noise, but I've got to turn that AC back on because it is getting steamy in here. We're in an enclosed metal building. I will turn it. Alright, we turned the speed of it down so it would not be so loud. I'm going to turn the gain of the mic down just a little bit. Let me throw those headphones on real quick. Make sure we haven't lost all sound quality whatsoever. It does give us a little bit of the feedback, but I can live with that if y'all can. Back to what we were talking about. Okay, hot toy number 2. We can go Guardians of the Galaxy, we can go Guardians of the Galaxy, or we can go Star Wars. What is up? Mayhem. As most of y'all might not know, but Ernesto there is Funko Mayhem, the founder of Pop Squad Official, one of my good buddies, and he is a dude out of Vegas that just is super, super good dude and glad to call a friend. I'm responding to a text message. I'm an old dude. I don't text as fast as I'd like to. And we got the claps from LBD. How do y'all like this setup here with the chat box, me, and then the Pop Life toys above it, of course. I'm going to come out of these headphones. I don't need them. I know our sound is pretty good. We're going to pull these off, go back to what we were doing. My wife surprised me tonight. She was at Books A Million and literally shopped for Pops for me. I was quite surprised. As we're doing this, I'm getting messages on Instagram. So we're getting all that done. You have to do the thumber size. Man, when I'm not tired and I'm not trying to do 3 things at once, I can sometimes type really fast. And sometimes I can absolutely fuck it up and allow autocorrect just to make me look like a bitch. I'm just saying. Somebody did a YouTube video of unboxing a win from my Pop Life Toys box. I got a notification, and honestly, I couldn't tell you who it is because we try to hook everybody up. But I will show you if you can see it from my phone. If you did not see this picture on Instagram, I gave you an idea of what was coming. We left the Pops in the house just because with the rain, I did not want to damage the Pop boxes. The boxes you see there, the Hot Toy boxes, are much more resilient than a Pop box with the plastic windows that can crush. So those stayed in the house. 626 was for my wife. If anybody wants to contact me about a mystery box, you can contact me by Instagram. But I'm literally going to be the dumbass that does what no other person does that does this stuff because I hate typing. That is my cell phone number. It's on all business cards. It goes in every box I send out. If you want to type that in as Pop Life Toys, you have my cell phone number. If you call, I'm probably going to answer. If I'm at work, I'm going to try to talk to you because I do that. I can get away with it most times. But that is my cell phone number. So we're down to 5 viewers. We're about to go to another hot toy. So we know we have Yondu. We know we've seen Groot. And I really want to put Yondu back in the box until my shelves are up. But I just can't. He looks so damn good up there. I had to tie this box to make sure nothing got damaged. Let's get this open. Sadly, I'm destroying a brand new, fairly expensive trash bag because my wife just can't buy the normal ones that I grew up using and continue to use in my shop these days. We got to have all these stretchy bags that still tear, or you put so much shit in them you can't carry them. Alright, so let's see. So we can go door 1 for Star-Lord. which is very, very in-depth. More accessories than most, and I would definitely not recommend starting with them if you don't want this to be a 3-hour live. We can go door number 2, which is probably where I'd start because I actually haven't taken the top cover off of them. We have Rocket upside down, and his box is upside down too. So we have Rocket. Man, I love how they did the boxes for these guys. Like I've said time and time again, the detail work is just amazing. I do not have a Lime Sour Patch Kid. I don't know anybody that does right now, sadly. They did it kind of wrong when they released him in such a limited run after people had already bought the rest of the set waiting for him to drop. Now, this was a release before it came to America. You rarely see the for sale in Japan only stickers. That literally means that before he was coming to America, he was for sale in Japan only. And when I say he, I really mean she. Because we are starting, not where I said we'd start, but where I want to. Because if that's not just the sexiest picture, I don't know what is. When I was a kid, I could imagine putting that on my bedroom ceiling. Just something about her being a rebel badass and basically telling everybody that she'll end their life if they screw with her makes her that much sexier. I have the Dark Side Ray Pop. I have not been able to see the last movie yet. That's one of the downsides of having 4 kids, so please do not spoil it for me. This hot toy had been opened but well cared for. It lived in a Deltov and literally still had all the plastic on the body, which you can't put that stuff back on. It just doesn't go back on like it came off. Alright, so this is the full kit, the deluxe edition. Let's see how best I can do this. We have, I'm going to get y'all a little shaky here. We have our sets of hands. We have Ray. We have BB-8. We have his accessories, his antennas, the place to put his maps. We have her sand goggles and her shoulder pad. We have her blaster. We have her staff, and man, it is a long staff. And then we have, of course, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. Not to mention the accessories. We have the scarf, and actually I haven't opened this to tell you what all's in there yet, but we'll get into all of this. We're going to put our webcam back where it goes. Try not to break this nice thing since it is brand new. I would like to have it at least a day or two. She is extremely flexible too, which I guess I enjoy in a woman. But she is, yeah, LBD, exactly. Dr. Applesauce would be proud of you right now. But for real though, I told Luau last night, if anybody has the Bank Robber Joker 2-pack glow in the dark, I would seriously consider trading a hot toy for him. I want that 2-pack. That is my Grail 2-pack. Probably not near the most expensive out there, but as far as Jokers are concerned, it's unique enough that I just have to have it. So we've got Ray in all her gorgeous beauty. And you can see even down to the shadowing under the cheekbones and the way they did her hair with the 2 pieces dropping down. It's just so well done. But her clothing is loose and something that once you pose it, you're kind of want to have to leave alone. I'm really excited for the new one that's coming where she's going to be in all white. Yeah, she's got really good movement, which a lot of pops don't, but because her clothing is as loose as it is, it doesn't give you that stiff unmovability that you get out of most pops. So we've got her. Her base is the Rebels symbol with the sand pile for BB-8 to sit on. We've got her lightsaber, and this hand more than likely will hold her lightsaber. We've got her staff that you see most people throw across her back, like so. Would have to get it under an arm to really do it. But you get the idea. I mean, the flexibility in how you set up a hot toy is really as much as how you want to display it. A lot of them come with multiple heads. That's what she said. We've got batteries for BB-8 here. We've got her little satchel with her water bottle and other stuff in it. I'm not opening this pack until my Deltovs are set up. But one thing we will do for y'all tonight is we'll put the batteries in BB-8 and see what kind of sounds he makes, because I'm interested to see that too. Position her back in the box where she's not going to get herself damaged. Now, one of the coolest things they did, and I know if you've... that's why I have the box over my lap, you jackass. No, I'm just playing. So with BB-8, his head rolls just like the actual BB-8. Yeah, that Captain Hook's for sale too. Captain Hook with TikTok. I don't have any clue what PPG is, but he will quickly be for sale because I do not collect Captain Hook. Do I have my mini screwdrivers out here, or did I take them back inside? Hold on one second, folks, because I really want to hear what BB-8 sounds like. Can't go that route, so let's check this route. That bit is too big. I've got my set of mini screwdrivers somewhere, but the question is where. And for that to be such an expensive pack of screwdrivers, that's not a good question to ask. If y'all only saw the mess that was at my feet and around me, you would understand how much chaos this is and how much I do not like the chaos. Hold on, folks. Grabbing one thing real quick. This should get us in. All right, I'm back. The box rising is normal. Now, if it starts moving, we got a problem. Wow, y'all think y'all are hilarious tonight. I think we're one dick joke away from getting shut down. There we go. And the $150 mechanical screwdriver set for the win. And that just goes to show sometimes a Matco bit works better than a Snap-on bit. I'm not an auto mechanic. If you wonder why I have this much in tools in the shop, well, if y'all haven't heard the story, not only do I sell pops, I also build and sell pop protectors, also known as the things that go pew pew, that eBay or YouTube definitely does not like. And I do not want to be demonetized from the start. So we're not going to talk about them. That's why my bed music tonight, as we were waiting for the live to start, was crickets. As much as I'd love it to be Proud to Be an American by Lee Greenwood, I do not want to get myself in trouble. If I have told y'all once, I've told you 100 times, I absolutely hate the fact that Sideshow doesn't put packaged batteries where they're grouped together in the package. Ooh, we got lights. That's a blue light, and the eye is a red light. It's canted off to one side. Yeah, the camera's not going to really want to pick up that. There we go. You can see a little bit, and then his blue lights. I was hoping he'd make sound too, but it makes sense since there's no speaker. I don't have the camera angled down near low enough. You can see that, in fact, we're not playing with inappropriate naughty bits. We behave on this channel. We're not kid-friendly, but we're also not sex offenders. Well, I'll say this. Any man who said it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean, is saying that because he doesn't have a yacht. He has a little dinghy. So since y'all are YouTubers and y'all like watching YouTube, if I say pineapple juice is my safe word, who knows what I'm talking about? I know this is a different kind of channel, but he is one of my heroes when it comes to doing stupid shit on YouTube. Might wear that shirt for y'all one night. All right. Always take care of your tools and they will take care of you. That's another one she said. Never knew that's what she said came from The Office, or if Will was merely saying that because that's the first place he heard it. Because if I remember correctly, we were saying that in middle school and The Office was not around in middle school. No, that safe word is pineapple juice actually came from a Patty Mayo video, one of his bounty hunting videos. So now we have BB-8 with his lights. We have his antennas up here. We'll put his little data pack in. I'm not going to put his antennas in. I'll find where it goes. So the existing insert that's in there comes out, and you can display him with the hidden compartment that holds the maps carefully. So then you just got to be careful how you spin them. But there you've got him with that compartment right there. And if I remember correctly, that's about where it's set in the movies. And then to simulate the... Yeah, I know the antennas are on his head, but I'm not pulling them out of the package. We'll pull one. We're not pulling the tiny antennas out. I'm not taking a chance with those tonight. Sorry. That does not seem like his antenna. I've got to figure out what that actually goes to. His antennas are probably wrapped in the plastic. If anybody knows what this piece is for, I would love to know. So we'll quit playing with the toy and play with another toy instead. I do enjoy that they built them solid enough and robust enough that you can play with them without fear of damaging them. I'll be honest, there's been a time or two I was pushing hands in and I thought it really can't take that much force to pop a hand joint in place. And then it pops in and you're like, I can't believe I didn't break anything. And once again, you're reminded the marvel of how Hot Toys does this. But at the cost of buying 25, 30, sometimes 50 Funko Pops. So everything has its benefits and its downsides. I wish they weren't as expensive. Yeah, I know that's his shocker, but I couldn't figure out where it went. So we'll have to mess with that later when I'm not showing it off in front of y'all, so I don't look like a dumbass. And unlike Pops, when it comes to these things, losing even the plastic that goes around the figure can lose you money in what you're going to get for those figures. But once again, could you not just imagine that on your bedroom wall, men, when you were kids? I know I could. Just like probably many of you had Princess Leia in her gold bikini on your walls when you were young teenagers. All right. And now we go to the little smartass himself. No, I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about Mini-Me. I'm talking about Rocket. Love this dude. Love this dude. Absolutely love this dude. The talking raccoon, as they so call him. First off, you see his glorious Guardians of the Galaxy 2 base in there. And his big-ass blaster gun. Alright, let's zoom back down. All right. His directions are still sealed in the plastic, which tells you somebody looked at him and didn't play with him. Unlike me, I will play with everything. If I'm going to buy an expensive-ass toy, I'm going to play with it. Rocket's that drunk uncle, though, that's funny, not the one that gets drunk and tries to touch you in your little bits. So here is what we get. The face that comes on him out of the box is the screaming, pissed off Rocket Raccoon, whiskers and all. But we have the uber realistic gun that I have no clue how he's going to tote around, because this thing is literally as tall as he is. So we'll have to play with that and figure that one out. But man, it is intricate and detailed. Like everything on Hot Toys. Alright, then we have a second head sculpt, which I will probably more likely use. Which is the pissed off but not running his mouth Rocket Raccoon. He just looks like he wants to fight instead of like he's actively cussing you out at the moment. Oh yeah, I told you we're going to have some fun tonight. Y'all can live vicariously through me. My wife doesn't know what these cost. But I also typically don't pay full price for them either. Tiny little hands for a tiny little man. And as always, it seems in this series, you get a little Groot. That's probably 1/6 scale Groot from how he actually was in the movies. There's his little patch on his sleeve from being part of the Ravagers. And the detail work in him is still excellent. I love Hot Toys. On his costume, we have a ton of detail work. A ton of sculpting that went into like the texturing on the tail and on the arms and on the cheeks. Quite impressed. All right, y'all don't freak out. I'm about to pop off his head. So we take one head sculpt, we put it back in the box. We pop his head onto his neck. Like I said, you'd be surprised sometimes how much you can get away with pressure-wise and not damage him. Now that's more like the Rocket Raccoon I can imagine. Grit in his teeth, Quill just smarted off at him. He thinks he's the captain and he's getting ready or just finished talking shit. All right, his little belt spins, which I don't know that I'm crazy about. I wish it was more attached so all his accessories wouldn't move on him. They got plenty of hands. We've got his rocket pack. I haven't put this on a single one of them because it tends to damage the outfits when you put the rocket packs on them. We have multiple blasters. Intricate detail. And then we have this sniper pistol almost. Little bitty scope and a super long blue tip barrel. I don't really get the blue tip barrel, but that's what she said. All right, we're going to put Mr. Rocket Raccoon back in his box. And I might be a jackass and save Star-Lord for like tomorrow night, because it is 9 o'clock. I still have shipping to do and another early day tomorrow morning. All right. Guys, I hope y'all have had fun tonight. I'm going to leave y'all with one piece of something amazing that I took from Will, aka Dr. Applesauce, his Patreon group. I've never been a huge fan of Patreon. It seemed like content creators just trying to get money doing what they were going to do anyways. And then I saw Will's idea, and that was to have tiers where you could just support if you wanted to, but also have tiers where you could monthly receive a pop or multiple pops, depending on what tier you're in, from his personal collection, pulls from mystery boxes, other figures. And that just seems like a real cool way to connect with the content creators that you enjoy watching. So, of course, he was the first one that I'd ever pledged more than like $5 to per month, and it lasted more than a month. And I'm at his $40 box now. Like, as I told him, maybe this way I won't get anime in my box. Not that I have anything against anime, it's just not my jam. But we have looked at 3 Hot Toys tonight. Tomorrow night, we might get to look at the last one, because Star-Lord we could mess with for an hour and a half and not be satisfied. He comes with his long coat and his short coat, and that alone leaves so many possibilities of what you could do that I'm gonna have to do some research on the internet. Why did that notification just go off so loud? My notifications are supposed to be silenced. Yeah, they are. Okay. All right, so we're going to put group back together. Get them all nice and packaged back up. And at that point, we're going to have a little talk about Patreon, and then about my push to 1,000 followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube, and the giveaways that will go into getting us there, and what getting us there will mean. When I say that, let me real quickly just kind of say that, once again, Patreon was not done as a way just to get money. Take anything from y'all I don't deserve, but it's more of a way to connect with y'all, to allow you to have a monthly subscription box, but also to allow you to connect with me as a content creator more, and maybe end up with some things in a mystery box you didn't know I kept in my collection. You'll never get a dinosaur, I can tell you that, because Lucas would literally die if I tried to give you that. All right, we are getting ready to ship. I have a new shipping software I'm going to be trying out that could very likely cut my shipping cost in half on some of the bigger stuff, and that would be really nice. But for now, we use XPS Ship that we got through our rep at the post office, and it does well enough on its own. There we go. There's a label. Let me get back to the feed real quick. Research on the internet. Yeah, that just means look at pictures of Star-Lord. I get it. Oh, I look drunk in that picture. That's what happens when you look down at a screen. Trying to find the... Okay, let's see. I know it looks like I'm lost in thought right now, but I'm trying to figure out who ordered. There it is. Okay, found them. Never mind. All right, we're back. I hope y'all are. Yeah, I'm extremely tired, and I've still got a few packages to package and ship. And that's when I tend to screw stuff up. But when I also look up at the camera, I don't look near as tired. So we'll pull that on down a little bit. There we go. I'm also staring into like 400 bright white LEDs to shoot the kind of lighting I need for this. But when I look down at the screen, it looks like I've been hitting the sauce a little too hard. Yeah, it's what it is. So, but yeah, we're going to jump off here. We're going to ship this. Well, we're going to ship this and we're going to jump off here and then I'm heading to bed. I lied. I'm probably going to go get on Call of Duty for a little while. I'm one of those eternal noobs that gets killed by everybody. But I have fun playing and I slowly rank up. If it's what you enjoy doing, who cares? I am almost done shipping, and like I told y'all, I can't type and talk at the same time. Alright, so let's discuss something that y'all have asked about. I had mentioned the 100 follower giveaway on YouTube, but because of the overwhelming support we've gotten from the Luau community, we have blown past that. So now we are looking at the 200 follower mark, and we are not only going to give away the Thanos we discussed, which is under 2 Hot Toys, we're also going to give away the custom variant comic book that came with him that I got 3 of with buying 18 6-inch pops. Not a cheap thing to pick up, not easy to get a hold of, and a beautiful representation of when Funko and old school comics mix. This bad boy right here. Very limited edition. Like I said, you got one per a case of these guys. Yeah. I have 12 of him, so I got 2 comics, yeah. So, that is what we got. We are going to turn the lights on, ship a little bit, and then go play some Call of Duty and go to bed. Y'all have a great evening. Like I said, 200 follower giveaway is going to be Thanos in the comic. 1,000 follower giveaway, subscriber. The quicker we get there, the better, so I can go live from my phone. I don't have to have all this crazy lighting. My phone picks up great lighting just the way it is. But more than likely will be some variant of a way to get to a hot toy. I don't know if it's going to be a really cheap raffle that I post and say go and you buy $5 spots and we sell 20 spots, so I make enough to cover shipping and enough to stare at it for a few minutes and say bye, and then we raffle off and give away a hot toy to some lucky SOB that could literally buy all 20 spots for $100 and walk away with a $300 to $400 hot toy. I don't know of anybody on YouTube that trying to get to 1,000 subscribers is giving away a $300 to $400 item. But I'm very generous in my giveaways. I have no clue what I'm going to do for 700 on Instagram because we're already there. So 100 giveaway was going to be Thanos, but because we blew it out of the water, and that was going to be if we hit it by last Friday night when we did the 600 follower giveaway from Instagram on YouTube. But because of what Luau did, when we get to 200, we're going to give it away with the comic book. To some people, the comic book's more valuable than the pop itself. So with that, I'm going to say have a good night. We are going to sign off, and I will see you on the next one.